Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin has thanked his US counterpart Donald Trump for a tip that has helped foil a terror attack reportedly planned in Moscow's St. Petersburg. Now, according to a Kremlin statement, the intelligence helped foil acts of terrorism on Russian soil. The Kremlin statement says that Putin and Trump had agreed to continue bilateral cooperation to tackle terrorism. Now, the Russian news agencies have said that 2 Russians have been detained on suspicion of plotting attacks during the New Year festivities. Now, thanks to the information given, Kremlin has also mentioned that Putin expressed his gratitude to Trump over the phone for this tip for US Special Services. No other details about the call have been given out. The diplomatic ties between Washington and Moscow have been at an all-time low due to disagreements over issues ranging from Ukraine to Syria. Even after the allegations of Russian meddling in the US presidential election, Trump and Putin have managed to keep personal camaraderie going. Now, 2 years ago, the Russian leader had also thanked Donald Trump for a tip that Russia said helped prevent a bomb attack on a cathedral in St. Petersburg. The country has repeatedly been the target of attacks by militant groups, including the Islamic State. Meanwhile, emotions ran high at the Ukrainian capital of Kiev as the prisoners released by the Russian-backed rebels returned to their families, some of them after having been in custody of the rebels for several years. Now, a total of 200 prisoners were exchanged by Ukraine and the Russian-backed rebels at a checkpoint in Donetsk. The 76 Ukrainian prisoners were later flown to Kiev, where they were welcomed by President Volodymyr Zelensky. Now, the prisoner swap was agreed to by both Zelensky and Putin at the Normandy 4 summit in Paris earlier in the month. Now, Zelensky has thanked the leaders of Normandy 4 and has said that they had done what had been promised.
Я хочу подякувати всім лідерам нормандської четвірки. Ще раз хочу сказати, все, про що домовлялись, виконано в цьому питанні. Але ми розуміємо, що дуже багато наших людей ще на території Російської Федерації і всіх багато із Криму перевезених. Це інший трек, яким ми зараз теж займаємось. Ну, найголовніше люди вдома. І як ми говорили, так і зробили до Нового року. Тому зустрічати будуть Новий рік в сім'ях, вдома, з батьками, з дітьми. Це прекрасно. Я щасливий, впевнений, що вони теж.
But beyond the politics, it was also an extremely emotional moment for those people who were exchanged. Many of these men and women had been held in rebel territory for several years, and now they are welcoming the new year back with their family members in their own home. Prisons, Zelensky has said that they may feature in prisoner swaps in the near future. And this, remember, is the largest such exercise between the two sides and also presents genuine hope for a de-escalation of tensions between Russia and Ukraine. Listen in to what some of the prisoners have to say as they recounted their time in rebel custody.
3,5 года я пробыл там.
А как туда попали?
Я приехал в Луганск к родственникам. Меня там задержали. Поместили в подвал бывшего здания СБУ. Полгода провел там. Предъявили обвинение в шпионаже. Осудили, дали срок 12 лет.
За те, що я не забув, якого кольору в мене паспорт і що там написано, що я громадянин своєї країни та принципами не торгую.
Now, the Russian-backed insurgency in eastern Ukraine has claimed the lives of at least about 13,000 people since it began in 2014. But the recent meeting between Putin and Zelensky represented a new chapter in the relations. Now, Zelensky came to power with a promise to solve the crisis, and this prisoner swap is being seen as a major step in that direction.